Damn, what that shit up? All right, there we go. Yeah, there we go, man. Yeah, we back with another stream today, man. We got hit him with a 2 for 1 today. We did the divisional recap earlier. Today we doing the end of the Natty, which it seems like at certain points teams can't remember how to tackle, especially on that Mendoza touchdown that just happened. There's no reason this man, for one, they went for it on fourth down. There's no reason in the world that he should have scored a touchdown on that play. But that was kind of like his Heisman national championship moment. He already had his regular season moment against Penn State. Now Miami's probably going to score quickly to make this a close game. Yet again, it's a 10-point game right now. And for the most part, this game was honestly just boring as hell. First half, I did not enjoy it. The only thing that kind of caught my attention was whenever they had the doink from the missed field goal, which seemed to be a theme for Miami. But Chris Fowler has some very interesting things to say, talking about some. It's like there's a magnet in the goalpost. See, it's shit like that, man. You're not beating allegations when you saying shit like that. Mm, incomplete pass, but you're not beating allegations at all. Saying things like that. And this ain't the first time in the semifinals. It was Nikki Bella talking about predetermined outcomes and things like that, and how they had the announcers had to overreact about the whole situation, whether it be Pat, Kirk, Chris Fowler, whoever the case may be. Like what? What are you talking about? Like you know what it is. They ain't fooling nobody. So the U is back to Indiana. Dead as went 16-0 and won a natty in 2 years. I mean, this game ain't over, but it looks like the en route. Let's see what the fuck. Because I saw Carson Beck heave the ball, and anytime I see him heave the ball, I just assume the worst is gonna happen. And I mean, hell, Indiana's got a bunch of grown ass dudes on a team in the first damn place. Anyway, think nobody on their team is under the age of 21. Whereas for Miami, I mean they got a lot of talent on their team, but of course they quarterback, that's the biggest thing as far as age goes. Ended up leaving Georgia, came to Miami, led them to the national championship game. The outcome remains to be seen. I think we get overtime. I honestly no. I don't think so. I don't think we go to. Say, why we still watch when we all know it's scripted? The same way you watch, dude. I get this question a lot, and it's honestly a stupid ass question. The same reason you watch movies and TV shows or pro wrestling or whatever the fuck, you know the shit is scripted. You know a movie scripted, but you don't ask yourself, why am I watching this movie when I know it's scripted? Like it's just a dumbass question. Y'all shouldn't be asking that shit anymore. It's entertainment. It sports entertainment. People watch it to be entertained. That's an old, outdated question, and it's a really stupid one too. That's some shit you should answer yourself. You bet the rent on Indiana. said in said when Indiana was running out the tunnel, the average age is 24. They can almost rent a car. That's crazy. And a lot of them aren't 5 stars either. That's another thing too about this Indiana team. It's like this whole underdog story, things like that. The cursing Netty from JMU bringing his guys along, and then they got the motivational speaker of a quarterback in Fernando Mendoza. You can see the whole little brotherly love shit they doing. There was even a story. This ain't even really story worthy, where they were saying that the Indiana football team hugged each other after they last practice and talked about how they gonna miss playing with each other and all this stuff. And I'm like, that's not really story worthy. Like that's the power of friendship ass shit I've ever heard. Ain't nothing wrong with hugging your teammates or whatever, but that's not something that you should make as like a story. So Mendoza from Miami, he can win the Natty in his hometown. Yep, he was a, Miami recruit too. Ironically, he had like a jersey. It's like an old video when he was younger, and he had like the number 119. If you look at the date, it's 119 on that Miami Hurricanes recruitment jersey, or whatever. Tim Mendoza's got to be a cyborg. That motherfucker, man, I swear, the way he was giving promo during the Rose Bowl, it was ridiculous. I was like, why are you giving all this promo? I was to Pasadena, the stadium, Alabama. He talking about they played great today. I'm like, nigga, did you watch the game? Were you actively there mentally watching this shit? Like, come on. Like the die about to come and Miami win the game 28-24. If they do some fuck shit to cause Indiana to lose the game, or they do something stupid, you gonna see them zoom in on Signetti. You know, you already know. To Indiana dry. I think this is like a one time thing. They'll win the Natty. They'll still be in contention for years to come as long as Kurt's the coach. But as far as getting to the top and getting, this is their best year to do it. Really, they own a year. Say Oregon Natty. Oregon always shoots themselves in the foot, man. It's kind of bad because they've had some teams that you would thought, yeah, this the team that can win it all, especially that Marcus Mariota team. But this game aligns with trajectory of the playoff games we've been watching. Yeah, well, it depends on which ones. If it's the Seattle, San Francisco, oh nah. I'm glad it's not that. We don't need to see that in the national championship. Maybe we get that, but someone said overtime. Maybe we get like the Buffalo Bills, Denver Broncos type shit, or the LA Rams, Chicago Bears. We'll see. Obviously, it should have been a close game, and they can't really afford to have any more stinkers and blowouts in national championships at this point. That's been a complaint for a while. Is the quality of the national championship game itself. Even when they expanded it, all this other shit, they couldn't. They couldn't afford to do that. Rashad said, "Come on, Indiana." I feel like this is one of the things. Hey, one good story. They get this Mendoza shit out the way. There'll be another established team in the Big Ten, and that's what or not Miami, but Indiana's gonna be. It's like a Colts Saints Super Bowl feel to it. Nah, they ain't really got no crazy tragedy with Indiana. Trying to compare this Indiana team. Yeah, I saw that. I forgot who it was that was caping really hard for Fernando Mendoza as far as like the year he's had and trying to compare it to the Burrow year. And I'm like, it ain't the same. It ain't the same. Not even close to the same. I get it, but it is not the same. How the more Indiana fans and Miami fans in their own stadium. Are allotted a certain number of tickets. Whenever, especially even though this is technically a Miami home game, you are allotted a certain amount of tickets to sell. Each team, whether it be at a neutral site game, period, bowl game, etc. I still find it crazy that Indiana got more fans though in attendance at this game specifically. Mendoza ain't close to bro. Hell no, man. We're gonna find out in the league that he not close. Damn, what you got against Michael Irvin? So we can blame Michael Irvin for the loss. Damn. Because that shit has been a highlight of college football as far as I don't know how many years he gonna be doing this on the sideline, running up and down. It's been a couple now. But do you need something if a lot of other traditions in college football gonna die, make some new shit. Make it normal that Miami, they got Michael Irvin coked out of his mind, allegedly, on the sideline, running up and down, being there right in the end zone, ready just to yell and go off and stuff. Make that be something that's normal. It don't bother me. I ain't got no issue with it. So he been OD with the belt to ass. Yeah, that was the parent in him coming out. The way he was whooping that Ohio State barrel, I was like, yeah, that's that's from experience. That wasn't just from act. Nah, that's some experience. That nigga was giving out an ass whooping like that to his son, allegedly. He was doing the whole did not tell you all that shit, all that shit. No, I saw one. This man was, yeah, he was in a 3-point stance for one of those. I was like, you know, you're not playing anymore. And that's for one, that wasn't even your position. But he was in a 3-point stance on the sideline, lining up like he was on the defense. I'm like, chill, chill out. I think what is he 40? Not 49. I think he's in his 50s. So another 10 years of running down the side. So you notice they ain't been showing him on camera lately. I'm surprised this wouldn't have been the best time to do it. Biggest stage. I mean, he been in the spotlight every other game. Ain't no point to not show him this one, even if they lose. Still show him. So who I got? Indiana. They can cap off with that whole power friendship bullshit. If they lose, then I'll get the vibe. Mendoza's the type to cry. He the type to cry, kind of like Josh Allen, to get sympathy if they were to lose. They coach definitely not crying. Kurt Signetti, he gonna be pissed. He not finna cry. He not gonna be Sean McDermott and get the city involved and all this other soft ass shit. Nah, he gonna be mad. And he gonna be thinking about some next year shit. There's a lot of Indiana fans. Apparently, they travel well too. Apparently, she's like, you know, you like the kumbaya. Oh shit, the power of friendship. That's the whole thing. You ain't seen him since that Ohio State when they were whooping the Ohio State bear. Nah, he was there for the Ole Miss game too. I didn't see him whooping no Ole Miss barrel or nothing, but I did see him, and they made a point to show him in the Ole Miss game too. And I know some people was talking about it was controversial when he was whooping the Ohio State one and all this shit. I'm like, man, there is so much worse shit, celebratory shit you can do that's worse. The gun gestures, things like that, versus him putting belt to ass to a barrel, versus aiming an imaginary gun, or even the gesture at an actual person. To the doink before halftime, going to decide the game, things like that. The fumble before halftime, say the Bills game, them crucial things like that. They add up. So you can't live in a world where Mendoza wins the Heisman and the Natty. I mean, it'll be a one-time thing. I know Tom Brady was at this game too. You know, the Raiders got the number one pick. Most of the former players on the sideline. I'm surprised out of all the people you would think would have energy to do all that shit Michael Irvin doing. That's that guy right there, Ray Lewis. I'm surprised he ain't involved like that. Like imagine him say I say reacting more towards the defense when they get stops and stuff. Imagine him doing like his Ray Lewis dance and all that shit. That should be lit. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if his knees got it like that to do all that shit, but if he taking what Michael Irvin taking, he might be good. So Ja gonna complete the whole GTA arsenal with the Sally. Oh shit. So Mendoza ain't win the Super Bowl if he wins the net. If he going to the Raiders, he ain't win the Super Bowl anyway. It don't even matter. And he got that Heisman on top of that. Knows how teams realize how to score in the fourth quarter. Yeah, that's how they do a lot of these games. When in doubt, make shit close in the fourth. Rest of the game, be damned no matter how close it is. That's usually how it goes. Or the opposite. They might have had an easier time scoring early in the game, but later in the game, all of a sudden, especially if they wanted to go to say overtime and they already close to that tied score where they just need like a field goal or something. Both teams can't do shit right offensively. It's a bunch of 3-and-outs. And it just milks out that last about 7 minutes of the game. Say U of M? Nope. Gives Derek Carr vibes. That's not a bad comparison. I can see it. They both had the whole Christian thing going on. I'd say the only thing is Mendoza has his personality just seems fake as fuck. Like not saying Derek Carr's ain't, it's just a different type of fake. Like Mendoza gives me like that super friendly corporate coworker that'll talk shit behind your back vibes. Was a Hoosier. Hoosier is an Indiana native. Basically what it is, an Indiana native. Kind of like how Tennessee volunteers the volunteer state. Volunteer is just a Tennessee native. Well, it goes to the war and shit too, but yeah, Hoosier just an Indiana native. How Stefanski get a job so fast, bro? It's a brotherhood. It's if you notice, look at the coaches that got hired. John Harbaugh. I mean, obviously he has a Super Bowl on his resume. Look how fast he got hired. Got hired. That nigga don't call plays. He's a motivational speaker at best. Kevin Stefanski, terrible. But both of them just so happen to be coach of the year, which is a media given award. And Stefanski got one of them funny last names, if you know what I'm saying. Just think about some of the coaches that get fired and still get coaching jobs despite being fired. Same shit you see in the NBA. Doc Rivers, he'll get recycled to another team whenever the Bucks are done with him. Same with all these other coaches you see in the NBA. Once you in that brotherhood, you get shuffled around. Whether you football specifically, whether you was say a coordinator didn't work out as a head coach, you get another job as a coordinator for another team, get success, maybe get another chance at head coaching, and it repeats. The last Heisman winning quarterback to win was Jim Plunkett. Yeah, it's been a long time. People been on the over. They should have knew better, man. Indiana top 3 in defense in the nation. And Miami, they've been whooping ass on defense. So this shit should not have been a high scoring game. Is MLK Day a psyop? Yes. He could be Kirk Cousins' little brother. I swear, him and Todd Simpson look a lot like Kirk Cousins. Listen to his last name. It's the only thing out of Indiana is Michael Jackson and Freddie Gibbs. I ain't gonna disrespect Freddie Gibbs like that. They both from Gary, Indiana. So what would it take for me to support Bryce Young? What kind of question? You acting like he a charity case, bro? What? Yeah, yeah, Mendoza, something else. The Indiana's defense been looking bad. Apparently not bad enough to lose the game. You know my answer to that. What's the biggest Florida program? The U, FSU, or the Gators? Right now is obviously Miami. Right now, I would say historically, I lean more towards the Gators on that one. But it's really kind of close in good ways and bad ways. Like Florida State, they've had their highs in recent years, but they've had their lows too. Same with Florida. Well, Florida's mostly been lows, they ain't been highs. They last high was probably the Tim Tebow, Aaron Hernandez era. The U, Cam Ward helped along the way. Before that, they was kind of struggling to get back to where they are, and now they finally back to that level. But overall, I say the Gators. Could he break the Heisman curse as a quarterback? That's a good question. If it's the Bears, I'm not leaning towards it. If he on another team, maybe it might be different. 'Cause I say unlike say other Heisman, especially black quarterbacks who won the Heisman, specifically one in Baltimore. This nigga paints his nails and wears dresses and shit openly. A little bit lighter hue, a lot more media safe. You don't have to worry about him wearing shiesties and all this other shit. He's a lot safer. That's all I'll say. Say I don't fuck with Bryce Young on my home team. What? Nigga, he ain't even on my team. Are they really gonna let him win the Heisman? How is this a shock? Like y'all act like that shit's never happened before. Did y'all forget Joe Burrow? Like that's normal in college that you can win the Heisman in the national championship. That's not a weird anomaly. It's usually if you win the Heisman, win the Super Bowl. That's that's kind of where it's like, yo, what the fuck? Or the MVP or just in the Super Bowl, unless you certain quarterbacks. But in college, that shit is normal. I don't did y'all forget college football existed like in the last 15, 20 years? Cam Newton ring a bell. He did the same shit. Jameis Winston, like it wasn't that fucking long ago. Do I think Indiana's this year is gonna be hold on. Do I think Indiana's gonna be top five best all time? They shouldn't be. They shouldn't be. But yeah, this notion that You win a Heisman, you can't win a national championship. I don't know where this shit started because it's happened too many times historically. The nigga said he smelled a Carson Beck interception coming. That's what I'm saying. Like in college football, you kind of. I'm not saying you don't need it, but it definitely strengthens your, I guess your case or your image, whatever the fuck you want to call it, as a college athlete in general. If you win the Heisman and the Natty, or hell, even play in the Natty, because we've had some Heisman winners they won but didn't even play in the Natty. So most Bama championships, the Heisman and MVP is the same guy. Yeah, they ain't start winning Heisman until Nick Saban got there. I forget they even have an MVP for the national championship, like for the game. It don't get recognized the same way as say like the MVP for the Super Bowl or something. In my opinion, was it a catch by Cooks for the Bills? I say that was a catch. I say that was a catch, but I'm glad they didn't call it a catch because fuck the Bills. They can take their punk ass home. I'm glad they didn't call it a catch. Good script writers, way to go. Good shit. I doubt we get a new Patriots dynasty. They could be good, but not no fucking dynasty. Nah, they ain't got that certain guy up there no more. But modern Heisman, Travis Hunter, Colorado, easily Travis Hunter, and that's not a knock on him, but that Colorado team. That's speaking of example of a player that won the Heisman was on the team. They ain't do shit, or they didn't do shit as a team. Colorado, they got embarrassed by BYU's backups in a bowl game. The Bills always they're on that stupid show. Also, yeah, Hard Knocks. Yep, and people still gonna take them next year because they see all the signs that they gonna win the Super Bowl. So let them. I'm gonna let them take them. That's what they want to do. Go ahead. Oh, okay. I thought you meant football. I was like, what? I was like, ain't no way they. You think the Patriots finna start another dynasty? We ain't ready for another Patriots dynasty. We lose our shit. We just had the Chiefs. We don't want another dynasty, especially that team specifically. You forgot Travis Hunter. Damn, that nigga won last year. Literally last year. But he ain't been in the news much because he missed the rest of the season in NFL rookie, rookie now and shit. So we don't get to see those same highlights that he had at Colorado this college football season. Can John turn around the New York Giants football team? He can turn around, 500. If Herbert lose next year in the wild card, don't be surprised if he pull a Allen and break down in tears looking for sympathy. Yeah, he gonna need a lot more than that, bro. Because that he ain't even got a playoff win right now. We not gonna feel bad for him. We really shouldn't. I know I don't feel bad for Josh Allen. People shouldn't be feeling bad for him. And if Justin Herbert cried, they damn sure shouldn't be feeling sorry for his ass. He ain't done shit to make you think, yeah, he gonna get over the hump. No, he ain't done nothing to make you think that shit. He was in the news with a child support family. Mm. Yeah, I thought that too. He do look like Rakai. He sure do. You ain't even lying. Is Bo Nick's injury real? It seems weird. I'll let you figure this out because some of this shit y'all got to figure out on your own. All right, so he supposedly injured himself on one of the plays before the game was over. Supposedly. Was walking around fine. Totally fine. No limp, none of that shit. What do you think? And it happened right after the game, too. They just so happened to mention this right after the game. I'll let you figure that out. My Beck look high because he probably is high. Gonna be the first player to smoke weed and play football. Ever heard of Ricky Williams? So Indy wins. I say, man, the power of friendship. They won. The power of friendship cannot be defeated. Hey, that's Beck for you. That's BGB. That's big game Beck. When in doubt, he gonna throw that motherfucking pick. Mm-mm-mm. He gonna throw that motherfucking pick. I think of that Louisville game too. Anytime I think of picks, I think that was a game they did. Yeah, because they lost it on Friday night. That Louisville game when he just threw picks like it was his job. So thank you, Carson Beck, for paying, helping me pay my bills. Carson Beck out here being a real nigga. Okay, Raiders on the clock. Oh, if they take him, it's gonna be the same shit we seen from them. That's why Beck got them NIL millions. I wonder what his post college career will look like in the NFL. I'm really curious. Is a team gonna draft him, or he gonna be undrafted? He gonna get signed as a free agent. We gonna see him in the preseason playing some snaps, and he get cut, or he becomes like a third stringer like Stetson Bennett. You know what? It'd be funny as hell for some reason he ends up on the same team as Stetson under him on the depth chart. Exactly. Let alone taking snaps in the game or doing any of that shit. That's what it's looking like, man. Unless some shit changed during the combine, pro days, and things like that, that's what it's looking like. And he is so cooked if he goes there. We ain't hear a peep out of Jenny with the Raiders. Hell no. He got all that money, had to run behind a shit offensive line, and that was that. To how Indiana win a natty in 2 years. It's about this now. If a school ain't willing to do this, pay this, they not gonna be in the conversation. Point blank. Period. We see what happened to Oklahoma State. They was so good for so many years, and now they trash. They losing to Tulsa and shit. It's embarrassing. It's really sad. So yeah, you gotta spend this to get in the playoffs. Spend a little of this. Spend not a little. Spend a lot. Spend a lot of this. So my Texas Tech got there. They spend a lot of this. I don't know why, but I feel like I could just see him saying through the power of friendship in an interview. I just visualize it right now. Said the curse of Shannon Sharp. So Mendoza be ass a quarterback in the league. This was a weak ass quarterback class anyway. So there's that on top of it. And you going to the Raiders, bro. Well, you cooked. Yeah, that's true. Jets, that's where your career. I can't even say your career dies. That's just where it gets stalled. That's the better way to put it. Your career gets stalled like a motherfucker, and then once you finally leave, you might see some success. I'm not surprised cursing Netty said after the Rose Bowl. I think they were asking him what it was like if he led this Indiana team to the national championship to win the game. Blah 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 blah. Basically, you say it'd be one hell of a movie. So yeah, I'm not surprised. That ain't the first time Curtin said that shit either. And for the obvious reason where the game was played too. And who's the fact that who the head coach was too. The head coach played for Miami, coaching the team in Miami, the Miami Hurricanes, you get it. And your boy is from Florida, Carson Beck's from Jacksonville. Mid Mexican Cuban. That nigga Cuban, bro. I don't even think he Mexican, fam. Diego Pavia is the mid Mexican quarterback on this list. But now that man Cuban. Is Lamar Super Bowl? Man, next question, bro. Next question. You know how many times I've heard myself saying that throughout his career as a college player? Like going back to Georgia, he had no reason to do that and throw in the double coverage and it happened. That's what he do. They got a three-peat out the Big Ten. And it's a different team too. That's the thing. It's no dynasty as far as a team. It wasn't like a Bama dominated for the SEC or Georgia or Florida when they had Tebow and Urban Meyer and shit. Nah, it's three different teams right now. What's good, Big Pontiac? Funny thing is, out of those teams, one of them still ain't named Oregon. They were gonna Brady him by Brady. Own Raiders in the draft, not one passing touchdown. Was Vrabel good at Tennessee? Was a personnel issue. A little bit of personnel shit ownership. That's really the thing. They got horrible ownership. Like just looking at how the whole situation transpired and how they ended up firing Mike Vrabel, it just makes the Titans look so incompetent. First national champion, new champion since Miami team they played in '96. So Doug Williams won the Super Bowl and he's dark. He also wasn't like a star quarterback, and that shit was years ago. This Rayola Patrick Mahomes clone that escaped the facility. That man literally does everything Mahomes. If Mahomes do one thing, the nigga gonna copy it. They got the same with the same injuries. He got the same haircut. I don't know if they got it now because I know Patrick got rid of that Odell Beckham goofy shit. But everything Mahomes wore an Oregon jersey and posted on X. This nigga went to Oregon and shit. It's like, come on. Like you think Tony Romo and Chris Collinsworth are bad about the Mahomes glaze. Dylan Rayola is the worst. Cause he takes it, he's just not talking about him and talking up. It's the fact this nigga tries to copy everything, mimic all his mannerisms and shit. Only teams from two conferences gonna win the national championship, SEC and Big Ten. Exactly. That's how this whole shit started with the conference realignment because these niggas got greedy as hell. SEC and Big Ten, they got the egos got into play and shit. Then the Big 12 want to jump in, the ACC and all this other shit. But yeah. And another thing about Indiana too, it's funny if you think about how the season started, which we usually know starts with college game day. There's a big tradition. Lee Corso. This was the last appearance. I ain't gonna say last season. Last appearance. Every team he picked that week that he had affiliations with in the past won. He coached Indiana. Funny how they close out the season with Indiana winning the national championship. The same year that Lee Corso officially retired from College Game Day. They would be lucky to be a backup. I think he'll get a spot on the roster in the NFL. Starting, I don't know about all that shit. Depends on how it goes at Oregon, because they've said he's cool with being a backup this year behind Dante. They've been hitting on them rigged playoff games. Okay, pick goes from 11 to 22. Add that up, it's 33. How much time was left on that clock when that doink hit? I'm pretty sure it was 33 seconds. Could the NFL have to make the AFC side of the playoffs more interesting? I'm already more interested even with Jared Stidham. I already said the team that I want the fuck out the way, they lost Saturday. So my interest is there. I'm good. I don't care if it's Jared Stidham. I don't care if it was Bo. I don't care if Bo Nix is in a wheelchair. I'm fine with that. I don't have to listen to Glaze Josh Allen for the thousandth fucking time. So I wouldn't change a goddamn thing about it. Leave it as it is. Just make sure you know the games are close. Don't give us the Seahawks Niners script for none of these two remain or even three remaining games. But yeah, everything keep it how it is. Keep them crybaby ass Bills out the playoffs. 10 picks, 100 mil cap space. I'm curious how they gonna find a way to fuck it up. This is the Raiders we talking about. They gonna find a new, refreshing way to fuck it up. They probably say they went 3-1 this past weekend. Shout out to the OG Triple OG. I forgot who the other one was you picked, because I know you had the Broncos, I think the Patriots, and I think you had the Seahawks. I think. I don't remember. Who I think is more glazed, Allen Mahomes or Purdy? Easily Patrick Mahomes. I mean, shit. Tony Romo called Josh Allen Mahomes on Saturday. like without even thinking. I was like, hmm, hmm. He said it and kept going. He didn't even catch himself. So Mahomes off rip. Chris Collinsworth, he already know about the Mahomes. Chris Collinsworth read the internet shit. He know what people say about him and Mahomes. And that's why that's always a mentioned prop bet for on Kalshi about any game that what's it called? NBC calls and Chris Collinsworth is there. Mahomes is one of the mentions on the betting thing on the odds. He gonna say something about him, which he will do. Purdy, it seemed like that was the guy they were trying to replace Mahomes with as far as glazing. Or should I say Chris Collinsworth was doing that shit because he was glazing the shit out of him one of them Sunday night football games. I think it was against the Bears. Yeah, he was glazing the shit out of Brock Purdy. Allen, we know he gets glazed. His biggest glazer is obviously Tony Romo. But damn it, the media, like the get ups, the first takes, all of those. Oh my god, those are the ones that are the Rex Ryan, his fat ass. All them Dan Orlovsky, sorry ass. All of them, those are the ones that's the worst for Allen specifically. Dog, we've been talked about that shit already. That's old news. Exactly. It's questionable things like that. Why they go for two? Caleb Williams low key over Josh Allen, or at least he getting there. I mean, is he's only been in the league 2 years. It's too early to say that shit. 'Cause I remember they was crowning Jaden Daniels as like a top. What saying? He was like a top five quarterback and all this shit after his rookie season last year. Same shit with. Well, CJ said that about himself, but people put him in like top 10 after 1 year. It's like slow the fuck down. Everyone just needs to accept the fact the Patriots is the NFL's team fastest rebuild ever. The man said the fastest rebuild ever. That shit funny as hell. Really, all they did, they had the lame duck coach in there for 1 year. They got their quarterback last year, obviously, and then they upgraded the things that was hurting them the last year, along with the coaching staff. You don't want to see another Rams Patriots Super Bowl. I don't mind this iteration if they do that shit. I just want to make sure this game does not play out the way the last time where it was like 13-3. Don't do no shit like that. If you're gonna do this, make it go down to the wire. And since that's been the theme is games going down to the wire and all this shit, the wild card, divisional. Keep that shit going. Hell, make the game go into overtime. Like justifiably in the overtime, not this bullshit where they milk it and do all this stupid shit late to cause overtime. No, like make it feel a little bit more organic when they get into overtime. Appreciate it, my guy. Appreciate it. It'd be pretty wild to see Stafford versus May when it gets MVP. You know what I hate is the fact they announced the MVP before the Super Bowl. But I think it's after the Pro Bowl, but before the Super Bowl. But that would be interesting. Rams, Patriots, Drake May, Matt Stafford. Who gets the nod? Who they gonna try to elevate? Because the way I see it, one's already been elevated already, and on the back end of his career, he could go out on top. Other side, if it was his Rams Patriots matchup, Drake May would be another new young quarterback that can, win the Super Bowl and shit like that. Have his legacy cemented. That's the word. Do I hate Lamar? No. He's actually my favorite current player. I'm just realistic about him. So they're in the same category as the Bulls. I don't know about that. As far as winning, one thing, going, nah. They can go, but they just gonna have to lose everybody they play. So for the NFL players who holds more weight, the coach or the quarterback, like for Denver versus New England, is it Sean Payton's legacy versus Drake May's future? That's a good question. I would say for this one, Drake May's future is Sean Payton's legacy. Sean Payton already got a Super Bowl win under his belt. I'd say more so for Drake May. Like, does he go down say a Joe Burrow path? You go one time, you don't come back. Is it gonna be a Jalen Hurts situation? You go twice, might fuck around and win. What's it gonna be? But it seems like they want to push him. Like he wouldn't be in this MVP conversation, especially with a future Hall of Famer like Matt Stafford for nothing. Like the league sees something in him. Exactly. Losing 4 Super Bowls in a row, they shouldn't get the benefit of the doubt ever. Shootout in the Super Bowl, like that Eagles Patriots game. Well, ironically, Nick Foles was quarterback. I want something like that. Don't give me super low defensive struggle. Still think May winning the MVP. So the league hates the Chargers. Was good. They rent their stadium. They renting from somebody else. It's gonna be another LA team in the Super Bowl. At least make it a different LA team. The same scripts every other season. I mean, they not in that pattern. The pattern I know B5's mentioned. I mentioned it before. For the last was it 7 or 8 Super Bowls? It might be a little bit less than that. You either have the Chiefs or the Rams in the Super Bowl. Chiefs obviously don't make it this year. The Rams can make it and continue that pattern. But we never see them face each other, the Rams and the Chiefs. Rams Patriots rematch. Rams win this time. If it is a part three, I would be extremely surprised if the Patriots won. This is the 50th anniversary of Indiana perfect basketball season. Interesting. I didn't even know that. Since this decade, the SEC and Big Ten got 3 natties apiece. 33. They letting Sean Payton get another ring even with Batty Gate. They could. I mean, hell, think about all the shit the Patriots had. They had Spygate, they had the Flakegate, and they was still winning shit. So I don't think that's gonna stop them. Exactly, man. They cooked. Hold on. So the league don't hate the Chargers. They just don't give a fuck about it. What? What? That don't make it no better. They don't hate us. They just don't care about us. Like what? What? Come on, bro. Where the Patriots and Chiefs take turns, yeah, it was like 16 or some shit in a row. It's ridiculous. I think it is 16 AFC Championship games in a row where it's been the Chiefs or the Patriots in that motherfucker. The last one was the Steelers and the Jets, and that was the last time the Jets made the playoffs. That's how long we had. That's how far back we got to go. Rams, Denver. The Pats sell to the Rams like the Chiefs did to the Eagles, and how the Patriots had to do to the Eagles. Because if you remember, the Eagles and Patriots met before the Nick Foles storyline with Donovan McNabb and T.O. That team. Obviously, Tom Brady and the Patriots won that game. Yeah, you can blame your owner for that one. Spanos, he fucked that up. Seattle Patriots rematch. Yeah, they gonna have to sell if New England do make it. I'm still not writing off the Broncos, but yeah, them niggas gonna have to sell if they fuck around and make it. I know it's technically not, Oakland, but it is for if it was the Seahawks and the Patriots and that storyline you talking about right there with him not getting the ball. It's funny it happens to be in the Bay Area. Where Marshawn Lynch probably part of, the media, internet media, because he cuts too damn much for mainstream media. But you see Marshawn Lynch there on the sideline at the game. Actually, especially if the Seahawks make it, yeah. Mm, can't make this shit up. Tom Brady announced what, the Super Bowl, bro? No, I think this year is NBC. They do that rotating block shit. Then it goes CBS, Fox, NBC. I think that's the order. So no. Even though personally I think Fox has the best broadcast, but I don't mind NBC. I never cared for hold on, I'm trying to do like 8 things at once. But I never cared for CBS, especially now. with who they got. Kickoff time 3:40. Yes, it's NBC. It's Chris Collinsworth, Mike Tirico. It ain't Tom Brady. Tom Brady was last year. If we have a Donald versus Stidham Super Bowl, casual fans be mad as fuck. I mean, Sam Darnold ain't the whole team. There's other players. They got shit. They got JSN for the Niners, not Niners, Seahawks. But that quarterback situation, that Jared Stidham shit, niggas gonna have to Google. They gonna have to do some homework for that Super Bowl. LA gets bored with teams fast, so their sound is always low. Yeah, kinda. And they wanted Russell Wilson as the hero. We better have the Rams and Pat Super Bowl. Rams win it this time, so we can begin and end this Missouri. Well, I mean, it's already essentially reached its end anyway. Like they've already dropped on the news in St. Louis back in 20 December of 2024 the plans of the settlement money they received, how they were going to allocate it with different things within the city. So they already reaching the tail end. I mean, they wouldn't have announced that the Chiefs is leaving Missouri to go to Kansas if they weren't near the end of it. So yeah, this is if the Rams go, yeah, this would definitely be the end of it. We probably won't see the Chiefs or Rams in the Super Bowl the next year. If the Rams do go this year, this shit is over with. The streak is going in. Cause I mean that Taylor Swift shit gave them a big boost. As how they can speed up and pay this shit back. Oh yeah, that shit sped it up real quick. Get all them Swifties and shit. So the Drake May glaze finna be stronger. His glaze ain't even up there anywhere close to someone like Josh Allen, Brock Purdy, Mahomes. There's a lot of other quarterbacks that get glazed more than him. Or get overly glazed more than him. He ain't there yet. You could argue Caleb Williams slightly get more glazed than Drake May solely off of how the wins have been happening for the Bears and the fact they've been coming off of these crazy video game like throws and shit that only work in Madden. Obviously, they ain't gonna work for a whole postseason run. Cause then niggas really question that shit. Like every game you run 20 yards backwards in the fourth quarter and throw it across your body to the other end zone, even though it should be accurate as hell. And somehow somebody catches it. Yeah, that's the sole reason they brought her in there. And then, to make Travis Kelsey a household name, but yeah, they like, hey, we need this money. We gotta rake this shit in quick. What can we do? We can't get Beyonce. We can get Taylor Swift though. White girls do like some Taylor Swift. And then put 87 and put Swift on there. And then sell it. And they sold like crack. Dog, really think about that for a second, bro. This is the last question I answer too. Really just think about that for a second. Look at Cardi B. When you see her on IG Live or anything, she acting ratchet as hell. You see how she was celebrating Dick's touchdown. That shit was obnoxious and annoying. Taylor Swift is annoying too. But just think about it. Think about their background. Taylor Swift didn't used to be a stripper. Just think about that question for a second. Just I feel like you know the answer to this question that you asking me. But yeah, I'm finna slide up out of here, man. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Congrats to Indiana winning the Natty and shit. Mendoza is an AI robot until proven otherwise. Yeah, say no to drugs, wear condoms, wash your ass, drink water.